Hello everyone, welcome back. I am back streaming directly from my laptop. How dope is that? We are back and we are alive. Yes, Darren, that was it. Just as a preliminary element of the stream. I do like that theme very much. I downloaded the entire, was it 1 hour? Yeah, I think it's 1 hour 1 hour piece. So there you go. I am back streaming directly from my laptop because I am very persistent, and also Spitfire was very helpful. Hey, Hograders, hello. I hope you're doing good. I am doing absolutely fine. I love this day. And without further ado, I'm going to launch the game and jump straight into it. So we'll have some fun, shall we? Let me know if the music is a little bit too loud. I can tune it down. Hey Spitfire, welcome to the stream. I hope you are doing fine. Sometimes the reading takes ages to actually load up the first screen. I'm glad to be online, and we have to say this is all thanks to you, because if you hadn't given me a few ideas, I would have never figured out what is wrong with my laptop. So for those who were not aware or have not been tuning in, I had issues with my laptop, and the problem was I couldn't identify the source. My first initial thought, it might be a virus infection, because viruses do tend to behave that way. But then again, not much was detected. Most of the thing that the virus scanning device programs have actually picked up on was mostly Angel of Darkness stuff, actually, because I have a lot of modified stuff for Angel of Darkness, and basically kind of made it off. So yeah, that was most of it. And I was just wondering what could it be, and if it wasn't for Spitfire's suggestion, I mean, I had my preconceptions about doing Windows updates before, and that's why I had it disabled for like most of the time, because overall it's basically just ridiculous. Yes, Darren, you're absolutely right. Spitfire is absolutely wonderful. We love Spitfire. We stand Spitfire. By the way, if anyone of you follows Star Trek Discovery, you might recognize this starship, this particular design. It's the Section 31 stealth ship, as we could see it in the second season of Star Trek Discovery. It's a beautiful ship that looks very nice, and it has unique abilities like dark mode, in which the ship is basically undetectable. It's almost like cloaking, and has a battle mode in which the nacelles are hidden away beneath the main hull, so they're very hard to hit. Of course, the ship acquires a little bit more agility and speed, and basically some of the abilities to hit harder. So there you go. One of my space Barbies, that's the phrasing that we use in Star Trek. Space Barbie, so one of the most iconic or recognizable ships from either of the show's films or wherever you choose to. Today I was actually willing to fly with something else. I do like the original Constitution design, but to put a twist onto the flight today, I decided to switch to the Kelvin Constitution, known from the Kelvin films from 2009, and so on, so the J.J. Abrams universe. There are several versions of this ship, but I prefer the original one, so the classic 2009.
And yeah, that's one of my very liked ship. I mean, it is very modern. It also has unique interior, which is basically just the bridge section of the Kelvin Enterprise. So you can actually go inside and see how it looks on the inside, if anyone's into that. People do all kinds of stuff like role playing, they roll films, do clips, all sorts of stuff, because those ships are now very detailed and look very high quality. Sometimes, maybe not this one in particular. Oh, Ariam, yeah, the cyborg that, yeah, I did like her. It's a shame that the first two seasons didn't actually show you a lot of the background of the characters, because I'm sure that if we had like seen a little bit of more exposition of Ariam, we would have probably had different thoughts about her, or maybe would have been more attached to her. I mean, I did like the way they showed her in that particular episode, but you could immediately pick it up that it's just exposition for the sake that they are going to kill her off. And if anyone asks me, it's kind of transparent, but that's maybe me. Not saying that I'm right. To me, it was just kind of too obvious when they killed her off the same episode that they started to showcase her background and everything, because they had like almost 2 seasons to show anything about any of the bridge crew, and they didn't. They just kept with Michael Burnham, and that was kind of weird. What I'm going to do is I'm going to schedule for a random match. We will see what comes up. There's an option to do a random match that might do any kinds of missions and flights. I will just run 1 or 2 missions just to start up for today, before we hop on into Journey. I just wanted to like chat with you guys, and I really don't have no pressure, because those missions are really like straightforward. I'm just shooting stuff. That's the baseline. So yeah, there we go. I'm not using the standard weaponry on this version of the ship. It is going to use the blue beams from Star Trek Discovery's Constitution class instead of the Kelvin Constitution class, because the red bolt's kind of looking off for me, but that's just me and my personal feelings about this ship and its abilities. So there you go, a little bit of pew pew whilst I'm just talking to you guys and having some chill time in this evening. I wasn't planning to do like a huge stream. I just want to have some chill stream with my friends, which I consider all of you, and just having some chill time with a bit of science fiction before we go back into a totally different world. Who has ever not seen before the game titled Journey, you're in for a treat. The PC version is beautiful, and I think they have not made it lose any of its original charm and unique quality from the PlayStation 3 or PlayStation 4 ports. So we will definitely enjoy that playthrough. I will be playing online, so we will have the ability to tune into another player who is going to be experiencing the game. Who knows how many time? Maybe for the first time ever, maybe for the 500th time ever. It doesn't really change, because the game just allows you to do one thing. I had like recently a few thoughts about how this game can be sort of a guideline for how we interact with other humans, but I will leave it for when they launch the game, so I don't want to just jump ahead, because I just want to take it all in as we're in the game, experiencing the music and all of its incredible qualities. There's a lot of stuff in it. But I hope everyone's doing fine this fine Tuesday. Surprisingly to me, today is Friday for me. You have your coffee in hand. Well, it's good. If the coffee's the suspension you require, then it's good for you. I don't drink coffee, I'm afraid. That's the one thing I can't share with Janeway. I just don't like the taste. But I do have my energy drink, which is based on caffeine and yerba and actually fruit juices. So there you go. That's my suspension for tonight, for this evening. I mean, this is an evening for me because it's almost 8 p.m. But for you guys, all kinds of times. Like, I do believe that, yeah, you're 9 hours in backwards, most of you, or something around that. So you're definitely earlier in the day as towards me. But hey, I'm not going anywhere. We're going to have a little bit of fun here today. I was thinking, I thought it won't be something around early afternoon for you guys, which is fine. It's isn't it wonderful that Twitch unites people from all kinds of walks of life? I am kind of like in the future, but not that far. We still don't have the programmable matter. I'm still hoping that I will be some time ahead in the future to have programmable matter and personal transporter, because I really like those ideas. They kind of expanded on Twitch unites timelines, Twitch unites different regions of the world. Who knows, maybe there are different people from different universes or different worlds. You never know where the internet has reached far to. I'd actually, a player here in this map is actually an alien from the future, from a different world. Speaking of different worlds, I was still like trying to expand my ideas for maybe a fan novelization of how to unify the Tomb Raider world universes based on what I've written down in my Discord. To think whether we can actually make a viable story for all ours to be a canon and still be part of their unique individual worlds. Maybe an interesting take on it. Speaking of Tomb Raider and Lara Croft, funny to talk about that on a Star Trek stream, but hey, we're Tomb Raider fans first and foremost, right? So I was thinking whether or not it wouldn't be viable to run a little bit of the Lara Croft and Temple of Osiris game tomorrow, or maybe the day after. I do have the next 2 days off, so... Oh, actually, I just made it up as I go. I didn't give it too much thought. I just tend to write things as I go, but it would take me a lot of time because my work doesn't give me a lot of time, and after my work I'm kind of so brainless, and the writing is just very difficult. But yeah, I can try reaching out that idea. That's not a bad thing. Who knows? You might actually pick it up for some sort of idea, maybe maybe in a collaboration with someone. I've never written anything with anyone else, but that would be something new I could try. Who knows? Maybe that would be a thing. Especially that I don't feel like 100% confident about writing in English. I mean, it's one thing to write messages to people and responses for to tickets in the system at my work, but it's totally another to actually write a novel. I wouldn't have issues with writing dialogues, because dialogues for my book are originally written, not written, but thought of in English, because it's easier for me. Because the thing is, despite being a foreigner to everyone in English-based languages, I think in English more often than I do that in Polish. So that's one thing that I do. I'm kind of a bilingual, but in terms of like speaking and writing, I do feel more confident in speaking. And when I'm writing the dialogues for my books, I tend to write them. I mean, first of all, I role play them in a way. So I'm sometimes walking with my dog somewhere in my neighborhood, and I'm talking to myself. So I'm talking to myself, like talking the dialogues. I change my voice a little bit so I can distinguish between characters, and I just go along with the line of the conversation and try to speak things that come into my mind. in a way that actually makes sense and it sounds viable. That's why I do that in thinking and in speaking it out loud, because it gives me the opportunity to actually get a better understanding whether this conversation would ever make sense when it was actually spoken out. Because the things with dialogues, for me, it's always that if it does sound reasonable when it's spoken out, then it could be written down. They sometimes forego this in TV shows and films recently, and I'm still bothered by that. There were many films and TV shows and whatnot that had wonderfully written storyline, but they had no idea how to write dialogues. And they've written them in a very flat and unrealistic manner that causes the entire conversation to sound fake, very unnatural, without any understanding of the target language in which it's going to be spoken out. One of those situations was in a TV series that was actually one of the first Polish TV series made on Netflix and made by Netflix. It's titled 1983. It's a dystopian, futuristic, not very futuristic, it happens today, but in this history that took a different turn. I think in 1983 is the date where a terrorist attack happened somewhere behind the Iron Curtain in not the Soviet Union, but I think it took place in Poland, and basically it prevented all the freedom movements that happened in the 80s. So it basically caused the communist regime to withstand and still exist in the 2000s. So it would just continue the story as if the USSR and generally the communist regime never have fallen down. The problem with that series, I have personally, is that they've written this script was written in English by an American writer, and no one from the crew, including a Polish director, Agnieszka Holland, which is a very recognizable name by now in the States, she directed all sorts of things, including episodes of House of Cards for Netflix, a lot of stuff. And she was not able to verify that those dialogues were just written in a fake manner. That when they were spoken out in my native language, they just sound fake because they were not properly translated. I mean, they were properly translated, they were just translated basically without understanding of how people talk in reality. Agnieszka Holland, she was nominated to an Oscar by films on many occasions, so it's not a surprise to me that she's recognizable. She is known in the States, maybe not widely like everyone knows her, but if you have any investment in films or TV shows or whatever, any of the film industry, you will probably have run into her name, even if it didn't stuck with you with any particular work. She's a bit over-glorified here in Poland because, oh my god, she's grasped the feet of a god. She's directing films in the States. Oh my god, she's reached the dream. And I was like, yeah, if only her works were any good. Most of them are just a bit over the top, but that's just my personal view. I have very peculiar taste when it comes to films, so maybe I'm just picky. Either way, in the line of thought, I have actually watched elements of that show in English as they're overdubbed. Funny thing that the actors who actually play themselves they dub themselves in the English version, which is very weird and creepy because therefore this doesn't make anything. Basically, the dialogues were actually you could see that those dialogues were written from English and they were just literally translated and just given out to actors to play out. And they work in English because English language has a very peculiar melody, has a peculiar line of putting words in a certain order. But they failed to do that in the Polish version. So it sounded fake, it sounded terrible, just absolutely awful. in Polish, which is ridiculous because it was acted in Polish. So if anyone asks, that was a huge oversight.
Obviously, the show will never see the light of day in season 2 because no one really liked the first one. And I'm not surprised because there was also some weird acting and the storyline was just like, eh. It was okay, but for a comic book, not for a TV show with high budget. Sorry. Either way, one of my favorite designs is definitely the Constitution. I do also own the original series Constitution class. The one from the 1960s. Yeah, the thing is that I don't have generally a problem with dubbing if it's in language that I have no way of understanding. I have been watching a TV series that had recently has released the 3rd season, and to be honest, it's still held up pretty nicely even in the 3rd season.
And it was actually a Turkish TV series. I think there were some actors from one of the costume historical things set in Istanbul. I don't remember. Whatever. Yeah, I do prefer to, whenever possible, if I have understanding of a language, if I have an understanding of a language, I prefer it in its original form. And that's why when I have recommended a TV show in my Discord called The Maya, the 2nd season has launched last week. I swallowed it in one night, in one sitting. 6 episodes counts as 6 hours, with a break for a dog walk. Oh no, why this mission? I hate it. Well, there you go, that's the casual random stream. Whatever, shut up, Klingon. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, when I heard the English dubbing on the trailer for that TV show, I realized how terrible dubbing is to films and that it should not be utilized too much. Because when I heard some of the actors with a very distinct, very recognizable voices dubbed by someone who has a very generic voice, it totally killed the scene. It totally killed the scene. That's why I recommended to watch it if possible with subtitles and original version, because Jesus fucking Christ, that sounded just absolutely terrible in the trailer. And if the trailer is any indication of what the show is like in that dubbing, oof. Must be an awful experience. Just awful, awful experience. Well, there is dubbing and dubbing. Netflix unfortunately does not invest too much money in the proper dubbing. Like, I don't know. I'm not talking about high-profile names, but actually professionals who do this with acting, with a feeling, with an actual understanding of the scene. So yeah, that's kind of a big problem right now. There are some films that are really good and they're dubbed nicely even if they're not natively English, and the English dubbing just really nails it. Sometimes it's just very generic and it makes everything sound bland, very basic, without any feeling or just any emotion really, and that's the worst really. But there you go. Well, that's a general thing. I don't even like Polish dubbing for most of the time, especially for films, because films really lose a lot when you lose the original voice of the actor. I don't have to understand it, but whenever when I hear the dubbing versions of some of the films that are being broadcast in films and TV shows, but dubbing, it's just making it lose a lot of stuff. It's just very, very bad in terms of what you're receiving. Jesus, how I fucking hate fighting these. Hate fighting those creatures. By the way, those are ships. They don't look like them, but these are the Iconians. If anyone has watched the Next Generation series, the Iconians are like an ancient race that has died out. It turns out that they were just in hiding, which is very much in line with the Next Generation, because it was kind of suggested that if their technology is intact, they might still be around, and it turns out that they were. So this is like inside of the superstructure, which is called Herald Sphere. Definitely looks impressive and also terrifying. But there you go. What I was actually surprised when you're talking about lip sync is that, for example, Witcher 3 has Polish dubbing and many other countries. I know that for a fact that Polish dubbing and English dubbing, for example, do have facial animations when they're talking adjusted to the language they're speaking. So technically, I think that means that they will all sound in the right language, the right way. Yeah, the thing is with anime is that the face movement, the mouth movement is very unremarkable, so it doesn't seem like they're speaking in any particular language, so I think it's easier to overdub. I'm not sure if that's a deliberate element, because it kind of is very distinct for animes, that they are just basically opening their mouths for a very brief moment and in a very generic manner, and it just makes it sound makes it fits anything. Wherever you dub, it will fit if it's just spoken in the right timing. So I guess that's made probably for dubbing purposes, so it can be more widely broadcasted and distributed. I don't know. I suppose it's the matter of populating the stories. There you go. Let's destroy your asses, Iconians. Well, to me, anime kind of eludes me. It never stuck with me. I could never understand the phenomenon. I just, because I'm drawing a little bit. I mean, I used to, because I haven't drawn anything in months. But still, because I'm drawing a lot, whenever I see those disproportionate bodies and very weirdly looking faces, I know this is just a style, but it just really bugs me. It bothers me so badly, I just can't look at it. The only one I could get invested because it was fairly looking okay was probably the Death Note. But still, it's like very far away from my sense of aesthetic of feeling. So there you go. You can leave the channel if you don't accept the fact that I'm not very much into anime. I'm sorry. It's just not working for me. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do still think that some of these stories could be really well received, like widely. Because there's given a lot of thought to the stories and to the worlds they are depicting. So I still think that they really, like script-wise, they're doing really, they really work and they're really fine. But I just can't get over the aesthetics, and they just really bug me. If I wasn't drawing, if I wasn't like trying to do sketches and stuff, I probably wouldn't be bothered so much, because I didn't know squat about how to draw a proportional body or face or whatever. But because I know a thing or two, and I do that from time to time, it just really bothersome to me. It's like when you know what's the recipe for a proper Italian pizza, and you go to the States or any other country that does it their own way, you just can't look at it. And I can't imagine an Italian going to America just for American pizza, because I know that it will be a lot different from what Italians are used to make. So there you go. I think I'm not saying that I'm a master of anything, but because you know a little bit of the secrets of drawing and that kind of stuff, it's just more bothering you than it probably would if you were just an ignorant fool who just watches it without understanding basically how to draw. I have that with music. I have no understanding how people make music. I can't read music. My brain is just melting when I see notes and how they're just put together and how they're supposed to mean sounds. It just eludes me. So I'm not even touching the topic of music. And I like to listen to music. I love music. I love listening to it all the time. I do that all the time, but I don't make it because it's just not for me. But it allows me to appreciate it maybe a little bit more in ignorance, without knowing what it involves in its process. Because a lot of things, when you find out how they're made, sometimes some things just lose their charm. And I'm not talking specifically about music, because I think music is absolutely wonderful to know how it's created. But not everything really works nicely when it's like presented to you from behind the camera, so you know how it looks when it's being conceived, like it's when it's being made. I don't think I would be, because I'm tone deaf, I think. I mean, yeah, I can repeat a melody, but do I do that in the right way? I don't know. Sometimes I can't even hit a proper note when I'm trying to sing my favorite songs. So yeah, it's not a thing for me. Music is for me to cherish. I cherish music. I love it. I admire it. I admire anyone who creates it, but my brain is just like incapable. I know that we were supposed to be taught how to play on a flute at school, my elementary school. They told us to buy a flute as a preparation for school. We never used it once because our music teacher was more involved in himself and his band or something. I barely remember anything from primary school, but that really stuck with me because I was very disappointed that I never actually learned how to use that flute. But there you go. That was my only time when I had anything to do with any musical instruments. I always wanted to learn how to play a guitar, but I don't have one, and I have very soft fingers, so I think they would very much hurt. And yeah, I know that music software is right now very streamlined and very easy, and you can just sample things and just put them together. I know probably half the pop music is put out that way, but I don't listen too much of pop music, to be honest. It's just not a thing for me. I listen to some of it, don't get me wrong. I do admire some musicians who are doing pop, but I do like the unorthodox, unusual stuff. That's why I got stuck with electronic music, because it's incredible, because it can sometimes evoke emotion in you without actually having to use any particular, usually emotional instrument. Like, I do like the classical music, like instrumental music, but electronic music is so different from it. Like this, the stuff that's running in the background, it has classical elements, but when you listen to like Jean-Michel Jarre, which is one of my favorite musicians, and when it comes to electronic music, his music is totally different because he doesn't use any of the conventional instruments. He's using the synthesizers, all kinds of electronic music equipment that just makes it sound so much different from what you're used to. And I think it's wonderful. It's a wonderful thing. It's one of the most incredible things, and he's been doing music for so many years, and he's still creating, and it's a wonderful thing. I really like that. Oh my god, yeah, Sarah Brightman, I know you have a thing for her. By the way, I know that Andrew Lloyd Webber I think they were like together for some time, and he has written Phantom of the Opera for her, like the finale of the song, of the actual title piece, Phantom of the Opera, was actually written towards her abilities. And I remember that there are not many singers actually could repeat and go this high, because she's actually have like, I don't know, it's 4 octaves or something like that. By the way, if anyone's interested where I'm taking this music from, this is where. They also have a YouTube channel. I really recommend it. They have all sorts of tunes for studying, for learning, for like exercises, for meditation. I believe I've seen a few pieces. Very good team of wonderful musicians, and they allow their music to be played online. They do have channels online which are being played live, like they're just queued, but still. So for daily work, highly recommended. And I'm not sponsored, by the way. I really like to shout out to musicians who have music and who do it. Yeah, I do like. You definitely need to make some chill music, chill beats. I'm very interested in how they play out. By the way, did anyone want to see how the original series ship will show up in the game? I do have actually the original Constitution class. This vocal tune kind of resembles fuck you, game. Really made a mess of things, haven't they? Everything is cleared out, so I could like start all over. Oh well, I will do that. And kick defense. Elusive coordinator. Sorry guys, just 1 second. Oh yeah, there is a singer, a Polish singer in the Polish version. I mean, she didn't sing in an opera, but she did a piece. She has a remarkable voice. I'm not saying that she has a better voice. Yeah, there is a lot of stuff that's based on the canon, so you find a lot of things. You've got the photonic fleet invented by the Voyager. You find a lot of stuff. By the way, I do hope that the stream quality is decent and the frame rate isn't dropping. I did tweak it a bit, so it's supposed to be working nicely. I do hope it does. I missed something. Right, warp theorist, techie, shield technician, and alright, superior beam training. That's right. Target rich environment, super weapon ingenuity. Preferential targeting. By the way, I do have programmable matter enhancement, so I do have programmable matter as a trait for this ship, which is a cool thing. Right, I need entwined tactical matrices. I'm wondering, should I use this? Yeah, I will use this. And last but not the least, automated shield alignments. Yeah, that should do. What about this? Oh, beautiful. At least this is remembered. So, welcome to the 23rd century. I do have USS Douglas. We can change the name and the registry. I just chose a ship that was actually running in the era of the original series from Kirk times. So I can have a ship that's actually historically accurate. And there you go. This is the original series, Constitution class, the same as USS Enterprise 1701. And you can fly it and punch holes in starships. Actually, why not go up against the Borg with her? I think she should do fine. Oh. Oh, that changes a lot. I need to change one of the traits. We need firepower, and why not use... Oh, hey Sat Panda, welcome! How are you? Welcome to my laptop resurrection stream. I'm celebrating the fact that my laptop survived the past 3 days. It wasn't easy, we were about to lose her, but I didn't give up, and here we are. Thanks. By the way, it's totally not my doing. I mean, I just followed someone else's gut. And here we are. The laptop is alive. I can stream directly from it with no FPS drops. Actually smoother than before and with higher resolution. So there we go. Let's hope it's going to live through this match. Shut up, Klingon. Fucking Klingons. I hate these guys. They're so annoying. By the way, this should be taken off. By the way, I am running the original series weaponry, so these will be the same blue beams as you saw in the original series in the TV show from the 1960s. I'm trying to build cannon builds so they look and work and resemble the original designs. Oh, I have a wrong torpedo. Shit. And I don't have the ability to change it. Oh well, I'm no longer a cannon builder. Goodbye. I'm shutting off. By the way, the Borg have nothing on this ship. It actually is indestructible here. They can't destroy me. I've made myself a priority that my ships will be impervious to the Borg. By the way, the Borg are very lame in the game, to be honest. They don't adapt. They take a beating like a wimp. But what can you do? You can't be perfect, right? I mean, they were just aiming for perfection, but they never reached it. Yeah, it's a pity that out of all the actors that have been actually recurring in the game, because we have like the whole set of actors who actually played the respective roles from the shows and films, they didn't bring on the Borg Queen. The actress is very much fine and still kicking. She's still playing in films. And she could still do a lot for the franchise, like reintroducing... Well, I kind of was about to say that persistence is futile for the Borg, because we're very much defeating them every match, but... But there you go. I mean, to be honest, the Borg are just like the ultimately pragmatic race. They don't follow emotions, and I think that is something that is both good and bad. But that's just maybe my point of view. I mean, it has its upsides and downsides. That's definitely for sure. By the way, isn't she beautiful in the battle? I mean, this ship is just classic. And still taking the beating. Oh, Angel Ash, welcome! Hi, good to see you. Next thing I'll see is Rap Wins tuning into the stream. Lol. If he's still alive, because Jesus, he pulled an all-nighter, and yeah, I'm kind of sorry for him, because I was really standing for him to actually finish the run for Tomb Raider 1. But hey, at least we're getting AOD tomorrow. I can't wait. I can't wait to see how he acts to the control system. I don't know if he made... Yeah, that's 2 all-nighters, but yeah, this one was like, he was going to do an ultimate or one-nighter, right? This was supposed to be like the final of the finalists. That's okay, we always appreciate a fellow viewer, fellow watcher. And there we go, my shields never fell down, I have never sustained any damage, and the stream is going absolutely swell. I've just did a little bit of show off of capacities and capabilities of my original Constitution class starship. I think she fought gallantly, don't you guys think? I mean, I think I have every iconic ship of every TV show, including Voyager, because you can actually pilot the same starship. I do have the Defiant, but I don't really much like it because the game made it an escort and it requires a lot of ability to fly very fast. It's not working for me. I also didn't very much like the design of the Defiant. I don't know why, but it just doesn't work with me. It doesn't have that Star Trek feel. Yeah, I noticed that he wasn't very much focused. Maybe because of that too much of the cheering he received. I don't know. Perhaps. Right, I'm gonna run a final match in a different ship from the Discovery era as well. I'm going to, if anyone remembers, the first ship we ever saw of the from the Federation, the USS Shenzhou, Captain Philippa Georgiou's ship. Now get the shield off. I'm going to keep it this way. So there you go, the USS Artemis, a ship from the similar time, because I couldn't find any info about any other Walker class ships, maybe because there weren't any in the canon before Discovery. But I made a similar registry to Shenzhou's and just pretend that it's a time from the era, and that because this ship is one of the few that survived the Klingon Federation war, it actually equipped itself with a weaponry from a Klingon starship of the era, to actually commemorate the death of Philippa Georgiou. That's my take on it. Yeah, and I think that might be lack of sleep. You really Oh, you took a nap. So you don't sleep most of your life? You just take naps, Spitfire? I'm just curious. I'm not judging. I'm just very curious because I don't know many people that are vampires. I know Rap so far. I didn't know you were one. So much work, so little time. I understand. Taking over the world isn't easy. I know the feeling. Perhaps we can also run against some... right, that's another one I like. I can actually run a few. I mean, one of the few. Now this one takes a lot of time. We'll see what comes first. By the way, I have to say that it was one of my favorite designs of Discovery outside of the title of ship, the USS Discovery. I really like this design. It resembles a bit the NX class, but it has that pristine, a bit rough, but still Federation design. Oh, we got another Borg episode. Fine. We will kill some more Borg. This one is like a mixture of the Borg episode and the Nemesis episodes, because it utilizes a ship from the Star Trek Nemesis. If anyone remembers the Romulan Warbird Scimitar, we are going to fight it as an assimilated ship by the Borg. That's going to be interesting. Shut up, Klingon. Thank you. Enjoy your dinner, Angel Ash, and I hope to see you next time or soon or whenever you feel like you're willing to drop by. You're always welcome. Right. Now the briefing is taking enormous amounts of time, even though it's totally unnecessary. People have run this particular map millions of times and they're just like, ew. Yeah, let's do the same briefing over and over for 500th time. Oh well, it's just a game. It's just an MMO. We've got 10 seconds to go. And then we will destroy the Borg. I like kicking Borg's ass, it's very satisfactory. Here's the tactical cube we're going to hit first. Thursday. Okay, well that's wonderful. I was wondering when should we actually set up that playthrough. Yeah, I'm free on Thursday, so I can be up for that. Very much so, actually. You really thought you were gonna suck my shields and get away with it? No. That's not going to happen. Oh yeah, that's one unfortunate aspect, but I do have it on my Xbox, but then again, I don't think we have enough people on the Xbox version, so it's either or. So it's a terrible situation because everyone's kind of torn. But I'm still gonna stay with the PC version because I can stream it then properly and then actually use the Discord to talk, because I was not hoping to use the in-game built-in voiceover. The chat function is just dreadful from what I remember, and I didn't really enjoy it much, so I would rather avoid it if possible. Yeah, well, I do believe that maybe in the... But I can't play online on Xbox because I don't have Xbox Live, so there you go. And because it went up in the price, I just can't. Oh, your PS4. Oh dear. Well, there you go. PS5. Okay. I know that PS5 owners are very adamant not to be mixed up with the PS4 players, as if that was, I don't know, a lower grade of players. Just kidding. I just noticed that some people just want to make this distinction that, you know, I'm a PS5 player. Don't judge me by an ancient console that's no longer worthy. You know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, we're not in the same class. Five, not 4. Yeah, I get that when people ask me if I'm just... No, actually I don't. When sometimes I'm saying that I'm playing on a port on Switch, they just like, what? You play this on Switch? That makes no sense. Uh-oh. Hello, Donatra Borg. I think this is the same Donatra from Star Trek Nemesis. She's been assimilated by the collective and is now piloting a scimitar, which can cloak very efficiently like Shinzon? I don't remember how to pronounce his name. The character played by Tom Hardy, which is really funny because that was 2002 and Tom Hardy was not a thing, and now he's like a big fish in the filming industry. From what I hear, he actually was very depressed how the film was received and was actually went into some sort of drug addiction because of Star Trek, so kind of bummer there. But at least he came out of it, so there you go. And he became one of the most successful British actors to date, which is a good thing, I guess. He's British, right? Tom Hardy. Or maybe I'm wrong here. Well, I think we've had enough of pew-pewing and blowing up stuff in space. How about a journey to a different world, but not through space? Just gonna put the music off because we don't need no other music. We need this. Here we go. I'll just change the title of the stream in the meantime. Please tell me that the sound is perfect, because if it isn't, I'm going to fall in depression. Oh, Darren. Yes, this game is just everything. It's one of the most amazing games I have played. I remember the first time I played it with someone online. I fucking cried. And I'm not lying, I literally cried. I'm going to start a totally new progress, a new playthrough, because this needs to be played in one sitting. Here we go. And here we are, in the middle of a desert, a hooded figure. Sorry, I'm narrating. I shouldn't. I should shut up and turn off the mic because this game deserves peaceful exploration, I suppose. But I have to say, it's just so beautiful. Pretty, yeah. That's one way too. Oh, we get this symbol today. Every playthrough, the game will assign you a totally different symbol that will respond to your sound. Whenever you just communicating, like making this sound, a different symbol appears. And I was so happy that they decided to port this into PC, because this game really deserved to be showcased to the wider audience. Not everyone owns a PlayStation, not everyone can afford one, and the fact that they've actually ported this game and allowed it to be played on PCs is just the best thing ever. I love how the character's just like struggling with climbing on the sand. The sand mechanic in this game is very simplistic, but still it just works. Yeah. Hey Nate, you're absolutely right here. It's absolutely that. It used to be like that, Spitfire, but someone noticed that games give you a lot more profit. So there we go. We have it this way. Now it's the other way around. Unfortunately, suffering a lot of games. A lot of games suffered because of that approach. I love the cloth animation for those stripes. And we can slide here. I really love sliding on the sand. It's so funny. RTX. Yeah, I'm not gonna. My graphics card will not handle RTX. Unless you guys wanna just pitch in and allow me to get a computer with an RTX. I would definitely love to see how it looks. Just joking. I don't want your money. I just want your companionship, really. Oh, this doesn't work. By the way, can I just say, I just absolutely love the fact that this character, this silhouette, has only like needle feet. It's just like it walks in needles instead of legs. It's so adorable. I find it cute. I find it very, very cute. Hello. Flying pieces of rag, I suppose. I should shut up. This game should be taken in without words. Aww. It does, doesn't it? I do have a similar feeling. I mean, it feels Middle Eastern and feels also spiritual more than actually human. It's a very interesting take. They really just outdid themselves because this isn't actually a game, really, to me. Whee! They just lift me up. Oh, for Christ's sake, Spitfire. A mood breaker. Should I disable this? Oh my god. I love just exploring. I know I should go over there, but I always go here first. Whee! Oh, this sand sliding is just so great. So here we learn that every single stone that sticks out of the sand is supposedly a grave for a creature similar like the one I am playing right now. You know what? This game came out 2 generations of consoles ago, like literally PS3. We are in the PS5 era. I don't think it's the graphics that needs to be updated. I don't think anything needs to be updated. Games should just be more stylized and more artistic. They have the means to do that now. They had the means to do that way back then. The game still stands. It didn't age because every game that has a stylized graphic style doesn't get that old. Whee! And then we just slide into the sand. It's just so peaceful. No, we're gonna slide in a moment. Take it easy. Whee! They're trapped in there. Ah, got you. No, my scarf is gone longer. Is it a scarf? I don't know how to call it. It's not a tail. It's a piece of cloth. It looks like a scarf, but it's not around his neck. It's just from his back. Yeah, I mean, that's the aim of a stylized graphics system. That's why I still think that Tomb Raider should stay in stylized version, because it would age better. Sure, the classic games look a bit old, but if you kept like a comic book style, it would still stay alive till this day. I wish we had a Tomb Raider game that's set up in the style of the classic comics from Top Cow. Like a game that looks like it. It's detailed, it has a note of realism to it, but it's still stylized in a comic style. That would have been dope. By the way, if you progress further in the game, these will be the gateways that will allow you to transport into later sections of the game. which is also cool. Because if you want to revisit a particular section without actually going through the entire game, there you go. I'm gonna stand in the beautiful light. Oh, I'm gonna sit there. I forgot it's sitting here. Right now, they're all one and the same. I can't. I have to understand. That's my favorite line. I have to understand. Like it was like a life mission that you have to understand. No, you don't. Do you understand, Lara, what was the divine source? No. Do you understand what was standing behind Himiko's power? No. So you don't have to understand. It's one of the biggest downsides of the reboot games. They don't explain anything. I mean, in Anniversary, we at least understood that Skion was both a key and a knowledge repository of sorts. We understood partially where that power came from. In the reboots, you find artifacts which have no meaning. We don't know how they work, why they work. We barely see any artifacts that have any powers. We only see the divine source for 2 minutes before Lara breaks it, because she needs to follow the same path as in Anniversary, where she destroyed the Skion to save the humanity, because it's madness. It's funny how many parallels you can draw before yeah, but unfortunately, when you make a game like the reboot games, they really try to look realistic, but in order to actually make sense, you think they should try to explain things, because if they don't, it's no longer like in the classic games. We're building cloth bridges now. Now that's a technology I'd like to possess. And to reach somewhere, I'm just building a cloth bridge. Isn't that nice? Who wouldn't want to create a bridge out of cloth? So many magnificent ancient structures. I don't think they ever came up with a reason for themselves, so they didn't bother to explain it to players. That's the beauty of creating a game that doesn't make sense. They never tried to explain where the divine source came from either. It just didn't give a shit. And there you go. If you don't have an explanation, you don't have to give it to people. I don't know, it was a very ridiculous situation, because I think that would make sense if they at least try to explain it somehow. I mean, for me, I think I could come up with a explanation why all the artifacts in Tomb Raider series would exist in parallel to one another, despite coming from different religions, faiths, myths, and systems of belief. I could come up with a solution, and it wouldn't even obstruct any future games. Why Lara finds artifacts from like China and it's real, and then from Egypt. Yeah, the TR3 artifact. You don't question that. We have no confirmation whether or not there are minerals somewhere out there that can actually have mutagenic principles. So it didn't feel unreal. There we are. Same goes for this Keon. You can never say it's impossible because you don't know if there wasn't a civilization advanced enough to create all that. And it probably looks like magic to us, but anything inexplicable to us that looks like magic might be technology or just basic nature. Well, that was a nice slide. Hello. Boy, I'm helping you. Help me. Power me. Yay! Love this flying. It's so... feels so freeing. I mean, yeah, but it's still... it's something you can believe in, and you don't need more explanation. Like, you don't need how the particles or any sort of internal radiation works. Like, you just accept it, and it's enough. The new games don't even try to explain this. But I think the same thing came out in the first 3 Uncharted games. I love this sliding. Whee. Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's too bad they didn't actually recreate the artifact in the game to the same standard as the promo material, because I think that was a very good direction, art-wise and just generally. So that was kind of a miss that in the game, when you put all of these pieces together, they don't even fit, which shows very much, because they had to like create an animation where the 3 gems in it connect, but they actually don't, because you have to like put the pieces not together but in a triangle shape, which makes 0 sense, because Lara puts it together at some point. It's just very bad. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the artifacts that had mythological aspect to them were also like the best way. Something I need to activate more. Whee! I just love this flying. Flying, gliding, whatever you call it. The Amulet of Horus, an almost legendary artifact. So, you have found and opened the Tomb of Seth. This doesn't bode well. Translating from the Hebrew, he who removes the amulet shall have released the dark power of Seth, and Seth saw it, and shudder across the sun. I am the bringer of plagues. My wrath will consume all lands and shall be ceaseless. I think Seth, because he's immortal. I don't think Natla was immortal in the original TR1. I think they made her immortal in Legend Trilogy. So that's a difference here. But I don't think she was immortal, so I think Seth still would win. Because you couldn't kill him, but you could kill Natla, because she fell down into the fire, and then you could still shoot her down. Seth would just trip when you shot him with the shotgun or the revolver, but he would still not take any damage physically. It would just make him fall down, so it would just snap him out of concentrating an attack, but that still wouldn't help you kill him or anything. So I think Seth would still win. Whee! Oh, this is so beautiful. Give me power. More power. Unlimited Power. Oh, I made the whole bridge. Nice. Don't judge, I'm not gonna yell. I want this to be a peaceful stream, not a yelling stream. There's no point to that. Anyway, that's not my style to just yell. I don't want to go make you go deaf. Yeah, it's not Assassin's Creed, there's no point. Newgrounds. Never heard of it. Never heard of it actually. It'll be interesting to see this, because it never fell into my hands. This feels a little bit Tomb Raider, doesn't it? Right, so it's actually funny because I didn't realize at first that this was like a similar figure to the character I'm playing right now. Just set in stone. It's cool. Hey, we get to the next level. Not that it matters. Just the sense of it, the feeling of the game is just awesome. Oh cool, you found it. Great. I love this sliding thing. It's gliding on the sand. It feels more like surfing, I suppose, but it's static. Wait, what's that sound? Oh. It was like a falling star or something? I don't remember that. It's been years since I've played it. Hello. Oh, they're so cute. Wee. This is adorable, really. I have such a long scarf. Oh, hello. Came back to me? Why did you do that? Okay, this is adorable. There's another thing flying above me, isn't it? I actually never noticed that sound it makes. It's the same thing that is shown at the start of the game, isn't it? Not crazy, I didn't make that out. Have I? Whee! That's adorable. Hey, wait! Wait, come back! Yeah, doesn't want to come back. Well, let's free another carpet. Oh, more of these creatures. Hello. Oh, I can ride it, of course, I forgot. That was adorable. They make those cute sounds. Ooh. More ruins. Looks like these creatures were farmers once. They're leading me somewhere, aren't they? They're just like trying to make me go behind after them. I do have a feeling they want me to just... They want me to follow. At least that's how it feels like. More ruins, but these are empty. They don't have anything interesting. What was that? Oh. Whoa. Oh! I didn't see this. Oh, this is gonna make my flying longer. Oh, nice. I forgot that outside of like potential players you can actually interact with these creatures. It's been a while since I've played this. I'm not gonna lie. I have a feeling that there's more to find. I'm gonna just go to the side because if I remember correctly, this is like the final structure. I think there were a few side structures that I should look into. Too bad they just flew away, didn't even give me any energy to fly more, but oh well. That's not gonna put me off. Oh, they're still with me. Okay.
Oh my god.
Oh, this is so sweet. Okay. Hello guys, lift please. Thank you. That's so adorable, really.
You made a secret. Aha!
It's funny that you actually, if you don't move for a while, he will just sit, like, meditate. This is adorable, really. I know, I keep saying that this is adorable.
Right. Let's see.
What? What did you... Oh my god. Darren? Darren, are you alright? That didn't look like anal, to be honest. Hello guys, do you have something interesting here? Nope. Yeah, I was gonna say, is there anything you'd like to acknowledge us in? Oh god. That just went so in such a wrong way. You should have, you know, gone with that yesterday. There was male nudity and stuff. Where should I go? I'm lost. Hello? Oh, there's the mountain. Okay. For a moment I thought like, well, but the mountain go? Am I lost? Have I lost the mountain? Oh, they want me to free these. There you go. Okay. Okay, freed your friends. Where do we go now? I'm in a freeable mood. I want to free your friends. Just tell me where to go. Hey, thanks for the boost. Ah, this is so adorable, really. Funny that it flaps this material like wings. Oh, there's more. Okay. Isn't it adorable that they just lovingly come to charge me like this? Yeah, I'm coming. Oh, there's some information here. Oh, they were actually flying, those creatures, I think. That's how it looks like anyway. Yay! We activated another one. Where are we going next? If you want me to keep up with you, you could just help me up. It doesn't cost you anything to just boost me. Haven't I been there before? Oh my god, this is so fun. This is so much fun. Oh, thanks. Alright, let's go forward then. Hey, it's cool. They actually keep powering me up.
Is there anything to
Make about the second game here though? What will they tell? I mean, this story to me is fully complete. Doesn't need to continue. At least to me. Guys, help, a lift. I won't make it. Damn. Well, I think I can climb through here. I mean, to me, like, a continuation, I mean, second game would be a different journey about something totally different. In a totally different setting and everything. Hey, you go free. Thanks. So kind. So kind of you. I really have to say that this game hasn't aged. I don't feel like it's a game from, like, I don't know, 2009 or something. Feels like it's a modern thing. It doesn't have to have like RTX or any of those super effects to actually still look to show what it's supposed to show, to me at least. Oh, it's waiting for me. Hi there. Hey, thanks. There we are. Oh, I missed 2. Great. The game actually shows me how many of those upgrades are here. Damn. I missed 2. God damn it. Oh, that sucks. That really sucks.
But we get another piece of the story.
So it looks like they were using those creatures to use them as energy sources. Well, they do power up the individual creatures, so... Oh, Unsavory, welcome!
Hi, it's good to see you. Good to have you back.
It's wonderful to see you back. I hope you're doing fine. I hope you're doing wonderful. You said that you had rested. You were missed here, really. I mean, don't get me wrong, we do have our fun, but definitely missed you. Back bitches, oh my god. He's back. Oh my god, this is so adorable. Now this is going to be hard to find upgrades. Oh, look at the sun shimmering. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Yes, got it. Yeah, they look like flying desert jellyfish or something. They do look like that. Oh my god, this is so much fun. It feels like I'm really sliding. You know, although more like jellyfish, they look like what's that flat? Oh no, 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 no. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. Am I gonna get it? Yes! Made it. Got it. And now a riddle. What's that thing that's swimming? It's like a shark, but it's flat like a carpet. And it stings. It has a stinger. Stingray, that's right. I don't know why they named it Stingray, but there you go. They look like stingrays, to be honest, like flying stingrays. But they make pigeon sounds, which is also adorable. They are cute. You gotta give them that. Oh, thanks for the power. Thank you. So adorable. Oh, they activate something. It's cute that they didn't know what to do, and I didn't have to like guide them or anything. Oh, they released those small guys. Small guys are good because they like give you the ability. They give you a huge boost. There you go. That's nice. Is there though a power up here?
No.
What do you mean no? Lara doesn't know. Lara's never been here. Oh, Inverness. My dad was in Inverness. Oh. Is that another player? There's another player here. I think. Yeah, there he is. Hello. Oh, that's so cute. There's another player. Oh my god, they really did a nice boost. Where did he go? Didn't get up? Oh, I think he's trying to get up there to actually extend his scarf. Oh, there you are. Let's do this. By the way, this music is just one of my favorite tunes in the game. Of course, the final theme is the best, but still I just love it. Oh god, these tunnels are scary. Music is awesome. You need to listen to the entire soundtrack. It's composed by Austin Wintory, and he's like one of the best game score musicians, composers to date. He created a few gems that are just such masterpieces. He also created music for, I think it was Assassin's Creed Syndicate with the violins. A lot of violins in that game, in that soundtrack. And he did Abzu soundtrack. Oh my god, this is stunning. This is just incredible. Oh god, this is just so gorgeous. Oh god, more falling. More sliding. Where did the other player go? Did he stay behind? Oh well. Oh shit. This is incredibly fun. So much fun. Oh my god, this is high. This is high. It's funny that falling down doesn't kill you here. I mean, it's nice. Oh, I love fish and chips. I miss it. It's funny because most people don't really like British food, but there are elements that I just so much love, like including fish and chips and English breakfasts. I mean, excluding hash browns because they're just like ugh. Everything in the English breakfast is just a thing. I just really love it. Like there hasn't been anything outside of the hash browns I didn't like in English breakfast. And I missed them so much when I was in the UK for these almost 2 weeks. I was like, I haven't tried the Irish breakfast, so I can't compare. But the British one, the English one was just up my alleyway. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, I never discovered this. I mean, isn't... Oh, wait. No, hash browns? No, I love hash browns. I hate black pudding. That's the thing I hate. Hash browns are wonderful. I mix them up. Hash browns are made of potatoes, aren't they? I detested the black pudding, I'm afraid. Nope. Nope. Nothing waters for me. Actually, they're quite the opposite. Quite the opposite. Sorry about that. Hash brown is the fried potato thing. I loved it, and when it's crunchy, it's just so good. But yeah, when it comes to the black pudding, oof. I mean, in theory, it's very similar to what we have here in Poland called kaszanka, which is just a sausage with groats made out of blood. But black pudding wasn't... Maybe I just got served a very bad black pudding, but it was dry, it was vile. And I normally don't have an issue with eating anything made out of blood. Although I tend to eat very few things out of meat, and generally just towards more balanced meals lately, if you can call them balanced, but less meaty anyway. Well, unfortunately the fellow player didn't make it with me, so we're alone. It's quite sad because it's best to be experienced with somebody with you, but this game is still dope, so I still love it. This is creepy. This game is called Journey. It has no words, It's just something you experience through this, through walking, through exploring the world. Sometimes you meet a player, you don't know who he is, and when you're around each other, you give each other power that allows you to fly using this flashy scarf thing, and you explore a fallen civilization's remnants, like ruins. It's all in the desert sands. So there you go. This is all you get to know. You don't get to communicate with the other player. You're always paired up, so there's not like a convention of 500 players on the map. So it's like an instance of 2. And basically, when you communicate, you only use these sounds. So when you want to let them know you want them to follow you, you just need to press the right. I mean, it's not the right combination, but something that will attract their attention, basically. I remember the first time I played this with someone else online, I was just like, what the hell? I cried the first time I ran into a situation where they actually did something that was totally not obligatory to them. But it was like, wow. He does not know me, we've just been helping each other out, like giving each other energy. Like these little creatures that resemble like flying cloths. Or like little fish that float in the sky, in the air. They give you power when they fly around you, so they allow you to fly. So you can see that the energy level is displayed through the lit up section of the scarf, and I'm using it when I'm flying. I also can find these little things which give you a longer scarf. If you find all of them, you unlock a special costume that can change you to be entirely white, or like yellowish white, and gives you, I think it gives you an infinite amount of energy to fly. I'm not really sure, I don't remember. I did unlock it just once on PS3 because I found all the upgrades, so to speak. By the way, this looks underwater, even though it's not. This looks exactly as if it was somewhere in the deep underwater cavern or something.
Aha.
Yep. That's an aha moment. And if you're close to this, they give you that much energy that you float, basically. So in such groups of, I don't know, they look like seaweed, you're able to like float infinitely. And they just so lovingly fly around you, giving you additional energy to fly. It's just so incredibly beautiful. Not gonna lie, I missed this game. When I saw that it's on Steam, I was like, ooh, getting it. But it got. It is, and because of the music is so good, it adds to that experience, you know. This is so beautiful. I could just stay here and float around those things because it's so incredible. Oh, I remember. I had to go higher using these. Hello. They look like jellyfish. Don't they? They make that adorable sound too. Hello. Gimme. They funnily react to when I'm just flying nearby them. Yeah, they did have that motion of a jellyfish. My scarf is very long. I like it. Is there a side room? No, that's just a wall. Okay. Give energy. Oh wait, that's sand. Damn. I thought that was just one of those seaweed pretending things. This feels incredibly beautiful, but also a bit terrifying, if I have to say. Oh, there's this thing. I've seen things like this outside, but they weren't flying. I mean, they weren't glowing, I mean. What are you?
Tell me that those don't resemble the Yggdrasil snakes from Tomb Raider Underworld. Well, tell me they don't, because that was my first impression. I was like, oh my god, this looks like this Nordic Midgard serpent iterations from Underworld. They look like cobras too, but they're scary. And they're more like dragons or something. Why are you scary? Oh, that resembles them too. Oh Jesus, I jumped. I forgot about this. Hey, it ate it! This thing ate this creature. Oh no. Oh, I remember this. Now I remember. Those things eat us. I mean, anything that moves. Don't come alive, please. I'm kind of afraid. What the fuck was that? What in the hell is that? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. They look like they're patrolling. Oh no, they're just attacking everything. Oh god, I completely forgot that there's a stealth section here. Oh. Oh, information about the history of this place. At least a mural. Doesn't tell us much. Can't climb it. Although I can't say I'm devastated by that. I wouldn't want to climb it. I mean, it seemed like I did, but I didn't. I'm not gonna walk in the middle because they can find me here, I think. Let me a second. Is there any need to plug in the fan again because it's too hot in here. I can't live like this. Thank God whomever invented the fans in, like, I don't know when it was, ages ago.
Oh Jesus, Spitfire, for fuck's sake.
Jesus. Oh no. Oh no. 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 No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Go away, go away, go away. No, no, no. Oi! How did you go through the fucking wall? You made me do it, Spitfire. You make me lose focus. Current temperature is 26 degrees Celsius. And it's already, like, dark outside. And the temperature's still holding up. So this moment, first time I was playing with another player, I was actually attacked, and the other player, because I couldn't move for a few seconds after I was attacked, and I was lying in the sand, he came up to me and started to do all these sounds to make me get up, and he powered me enough to actually get up. He could have run away, he could have done anything, but he decided to stay around with me and revive me, and I was so moved by that because we couldn't communicate. I couldn't tell him like I'm all right. I didn't know if I was all right. I thought I died because you can't move after you attack like this for the first time, and I was like so moved when this happened. Oh shit! Oh, Jesus, this is terrifying now. I am literally just afraid. Ugh, God. And my scarf is so short. That's not fair. Oy. Right, those things are patrolling now. Go away, you creepy monster machine thing. They look like machines, but they're weird because those segments of it are not connected physically. Kind of like the Atlantean technology in what was it called? Helheim? Or the entrance to Helheim anyway? Oh God. This is creepy now. It stopped being, I mean, it's still beautiful, but it's creepy right now. Ancient machines like these just patrolling the underworld sections of the game. This is very much like Tomb Raider Underworld. Even though I don't think they've been inspired, it's just the aesthetic of the game, but it's still creepy. Oh, that's an upgrade. I want a longer scarf again. Come to daddy. Yeah, baby. Also got replenished energy so I can fly if I need to. I won't though. It's better to be safe than sorry. I'm gonna stay on the ground. I wonder how many of those upgrades I've missed. Probably a lot. So I was thinking, because Rap is doing Tomb Raider Underworld quite around this time actually, tomorrow. So that will be his morning, afternoon, something like it. No, 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 you saw nothing. Oh, thank God I missed it. No, no, go away. Oh shit, oh shit, 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 shit. I forgot that this is going to happen. Oh my God, I feel so safe now. It almost got me. Look at this. It's incredible. You really feel like you're discovering something incredibly ancient. You don't think that this is a game, actually. It doesn't feel like it. Oh, I did find all the upgrades in this section of the game. That's cool. I mean, in this level, this chapter. And we get to hear another story of the past.
So it shows like the downfall of this civilization, like they all died and were buried by the sands. And that's where I was created. That looks like a loop. You gotta make those things out yourself because the game explains nothing. You use your imagination what you interpret out of this. And I think it's wonderful. I love when a game gives you a room for interpretation, for figuring out what the hell it is. This looks beautiful. You know, if Atlantis ever existed, I would hope that it looked something like this. Bright, beautiful, amazing, and inexplicable. Oh, you ain't seen nothing. Me and Darren, you've played this, but this is still, like, one of the most incredibly looking games. Hi, Floof. Hi, Floof, woke up. Oh, yeah, you're still hot, I know, darling. It's gonna cool off during the night, don't worry. It's gonna get better. Haha, yeah. Poor thing. And I think his, like, doggy friend is really getting ready to passing away because she's really sickly and she doesn't do much right now anymore. She's barely walking, barely eating. I think I need to disable that part of the Streamlabs. Or at least limit it somehow. Hey, this is like retelling of what happened in the game so far when I woke up. This is so weird. Oh, I remember this. It looks like water, but it's not. It constantly gives me power to fly. But once I go up off the surface, I lose it. Oh, no, don't lift me. I want to go down. I need to extend my scarf again. Because that bloody machine ruined it for me. I love the sound design in this section. No! No! Oh, thank God. Came right in the last minute. Right, this is literally retelling of what I've already been through. What's up, darling? Why are you walking around like this? Yeah, he's feeling hot. Hello. Oh, this is just... wow. It still gets me. After all these years, it still gets me. Yeah. Unlimited light powers. What would that be? Be lighting people's interiors? You got light powers. What do you use them for? Where do I go now? Not here. Oh, I love that piece. That music is just so great. By the way, Austin Wintory is one of the most approachable and pleasant people you find on Twitter. He's always very happy when people acknowledge his music, when they just share it. He's very responsive too. Very wonderful person. And he's very humble too. Oh, I need to use these guys to go up higher. Hello. Hello, jellyfish. Thank you for the lift. Save my light bill. Oh, yeah. The electrical bills are just a bitch lately. Things have risen quite significantly here too. Oh, unlimited flight powers. Oh. Wait, what would that be? How do you use flight for good? Like, I don't know. Bring people's cats of the trees? Ooh, looks like a huge, I don't know, shark? Funny thing, I can ride it actually. Oh, there's another power source. I mean, the scarf extender, or whatever you call it, the upgrade. So you would just allow people fly on you? That's bizarre. It's kind of weird. What if it would be sweaty old men who would want to fly? I don't think I would want to go for that. That's a very good question. What would be the destinations for your airlines? Spitfire Airlines. Enjoy the journey. Or join us for the journey. Something like that. Like a catchy phrase. Oh, they're creating a path for me. Oh, this is so neat. And it's going faster somehow. There we go. Spitfire Airlines. Yeah, it does have a ring to it. Yeah, it does. I absolutely agree. Michigan. Oh god. Why Michigan though? If you can fly anywhere. Like unlimited flight power and you're flying to Michigan, out of all places. Why? If I could fly wherever I want to, which is an often reoccurring dream for me. For some reason I do dream about flight quite frequently. If I had unlimited flight, I would probably go Venice and back. I'd love to fly to Venice. See it for the first time in my life with my actual own eyes. Hello. This doesn't give me anything. It looks like a shrine. The drawback is I fly really slowly. Oh. So if you wanted to go very, very far, it would take very, very long. Okay, that makes sense. Although no one ever said that you have to be flying slowly. Knock yourself out. Do a fast flight. flapped those wings. Oh my god. You guys, I missed you. Spitfire 2600. Yeah, that would be a good model name. Yeah, I mean, you already got the right name. I'd say it's worth it. I'd go for it. Just make sure it's registered and no one steals it from you, you know. Hey, this tells the entire journey. Where do you put the flight tag? Why the rainbow finish for the... Oh, it tells me what's going ahead. That's interesting. Why Spitfire too? You got your business nose, that's for sure. Proper business sense. I respect. And I missed 2 upgrades somehow, somewhere. I can still go down there, by the way. Jesus, this looks so beautiful. I want to stay here. I don't want to go. I really don't want to go. I could just... Oh my god. A virus. Or an extortion. Web extortion, that's for sure. They put a ransom on it. Ransom well, whatever they call it. Okay, let's try the road. Well, that's what happens when you press the unsolicited links. Let me guess, Unsavory, you got some friends in the Netherlands. This was all staged. No, you're lucky you used this particular phrase because I had Needy. I mean, Needy did it on her own, but Needy had made some changes to famous Crown. Oh god, you guys. Well, Needy made some alterations to the chat, so it's going to like try to filter some of the bots. Oh, is that broken? Looks like it's broken. That is a lie. That is an utter filthy lie I do not accept. Unacceptable. Failure to confirm. Unable to confirm. Oh, there's a snow segment. Hello. That looks cold. So satisfying right now from what I'm feeling. to be honest, I think this snow it's more realistic than they did it in Rise of the Tomb Raider. I mean, the distortion in the snow, it looks real. It doesn't matter, Spitfire. You're not gonna convince me. I don't have a proper hot tub either. Whatever you do, whatever you say, it's not happening, alright? Uh-oh. Oh, I recognize this thing. I don't like it. Oh, great. Now there's monsters around. Mechanical beasts. Flying, scaring me. Oh, what was that? Oh my god. Can you see that? It starts to freeze. The scarf is getting stiff. Oh, the student from my city. How quaint. The word is... I'm kind of afraid, but... Go ahead. Whoa, oh my god. How do you achieve all those polished symbols? It's not like they're on your keyboard or anything. Oh, really? Magic. Yeah. Spit it out. I'm curious. Have you just copied every single accent letter and just pasted whenever you need to? No lies, no deceptions. Oh. That's okay. You don't need to cry. It's all right. By the way, I just realized that this game is using DirectX 11. Alright. I thought it would be DirectX 12, but that's alright. I mean 10, not 12. Jesus. My brain. I was at work today and it was not a peaceful day either. Very few people with a lot of work. Not pleasant, must I say. More like we've opened a few new locations and we are obviously having issues with it because they have like new equipment. So there you go. So I had to deal with a lot of crap because we had like 3 people for half of the day. And not a lot of people came afterwards, so it kinda sucked. No, not kinda, it sucked. So anything of interest down here? It does look like a path, but I don't think it leads anywhere. Besides down. I don't want to go down. This is really looking cool. Even in the wind and sound, this really looks pretty much decent. Oh, you can see we're walking up the wind, and the snow is deeper. This really feels nice. Hello, I has a problem. I demand recompense. Yeah, that's not what we're dealing with. We are like more like an internal support for a set of stores in the UK and Ireland and Italy and Poland and Czech and Slovakia and USA soon to come. And we've got like just a few people and we have insufficient... Oh! What does it do? Oh! Oh, nice! That is nice. So it's more like, hello, I has to report a ticket. Can you please open this and this isn't working. We cannot sell the crap we used to sell. More or less. Well, that will speed it up a bit. This flying isn't so slow. Oh, that was a mistake. Oh, maybe not. Yeah, mostly it's just like, yeah. Yeah, that's probably what I would say. I say impossible, I can't carry anymore. Yep, that's pretty much what I do, what I say. Oh, that was a close-up I didn't want to do. Too bad the camera doesn't do these close-ups with Alexios in Assassin's Creed Odyssey. But then I was thinking because Rap is doing the AOD stream late. I mean, 2 hours before I'm running right now, so that's correct, isn't it? So I'm thinking perhaps, I mean, I have a day off tomorrow and the day after, so I can simply do an earlier stream, like maybe around noon, and then do some... I was wondering whether I should just uh-oh. No, go away. Oh God, you stupid monster, you mindless creature, I hate you. How dare you? You got really good timing, Spitfire, I've got to give you that. Impeccable timing. Bastard. Anyway, where was I? So yeah, tomorrow will be Uncharted 4. Unsavory, please. If I hadn't had my hands on the gamepad, I would be face palming heavily right now. Really heavily. Like making my forehead meet the back of my head. That heavy. What the fuck is it? I hear you. I know you're there. I don't know where did it go. Can't find it anywhere. Well, I can hear this monster thing. do you mean language barriers? What do you mean by that? Uh-oh. My biggest language barriers are because of the UK people employing a lot of Indian people or like people from abroad who really don't know English properly. And I have to like figure out what the fuck is going on with their systems and they can't properly explain it. If that's a sort of a language barrier. I know I sounded very racist, but it's... Well, which my language you talking about? Because like 90% of the time I'm using English at work. Whether I'm talking to my colleagues, my boss, or the people I'm picking up calls from, so... No one really speaks Polish that much, especially we have foreigners in the team, so they don't know Polish too well. Or sometimes at all. Oh God, this monster's scary. It's patrolling, but it's also... I mean, it's cool, but also very terrifying. So most of the time it's the UK policy to employ everyone who comes from abroad, even though they have very little comprehension of language. They can neither spell or their own name or properly describe the issue they're dealing with, so it makes it double the effort to actually figure out what the hell they want. Which is terribly inconvenient and I think short-sighted in the HR department, because I'm wondering how are they talking to the customers if they can't properly talk to us. I mean, I do understand that foreigners usually work for cheaper salary, but you know, I just... It's not like I discriminate people, but if you don't have a proper skill set for a position that requires you to interact with human beings, that will require verbal communication, how about doing something else or like not employing them in a position, because it makes no sense. Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, these people are usually very nice and all, but if I can't get the information I need from them, kind of makes it pain in the ass. Like, it really is a pain in the ass to actually deal with them. Yeah, but what about the quality of the customer satisfaction? They don't care about that anymore? Like, the capitalistic Cheaposauruses just took over everything else. There's no care for quality. Yeah, but that's where you lose the customers basically. If I run into a company that I cannot communicate my problems to, I quit. I move to a different service. I mean, some countries really secure this nicely because, for instance, like Germany, they have it written in constitution that you cannot be providing them service if you don't speak German. Like literally, they have it written in the constitution that they need to have service provided in German language. If you're talking to them in any other foreign language, they will just... They report this basically because it's not acceptable for them. And from what I understand, we always had to, like, my company always had to provide them with German language agents who are like... Yeah, monopolization is the worst because it kind of, like, kills the competition. That's one thing, but... I don't want to sound communist or something, although collectiveness always made sense in long term. Of course, I'm not talking about the Borg collective, but but it's generally bad service if you're like, uh oh, oh no, do I die? Oh no, I don't die. Okay, I've never fallen down here. What is this? Oh, that's how I get over it. I actually never run into that obstacle here. Oh god, this is terrifying, and the music has really changed. Seems like a lot of creatures of that sort have died here. These look like... Jonah! I'm here! Yeah, it is. I've got to go jump across. Just hold on. I'll anchor a line for you. I am struggling because this wind is pushing me away, and I'm really struggling to actually move forward. I'm pushing the analog stick to the max, and I barely move. Oh my god, Nate. I never do more than 2 because I lose focus and lose the idea what's going on in each of them if I go for more than 2. So I just have to choose what I watch. Oh my god, I just saw Discord unsavory doing food again. I actually never ate this ham, but I rarely eat any meat recently, so I just... Uh-oh. I think I'm freezing to death right now. Anyone got a tissue? I can even barely direct him. I barely can change directions. I think my joints have frozen. Yeah, that's one of the reasons I've moved my Sunday streams from the usual evening time to match up with Laurie's streams, because I miss too much of her streams, and I hate that. For the most part, is because I'm usually walking my dog around the same time she streams. Oh no, I collapsed. Well, shit. Good one, Spitfire, good one. Oh, wait. What is this? I'm always wondering, these white figures that you've been seeing through the subsequent chapters, were they like gods? Like the ancient beings from the old times? Like the protoplasts? Ancient ancestors? Oh my god. Oh god, this is amazing. This always feels like huge empowerment. Like,
You really get the unlimited power here.
and behold. This looks Chinese almost. Like these huge arches, or maybe Tibetan, like from Tibet. Oh, I hit the thing, the column. Floating islands. Oh no, Spitfire's getting flashbacks. No, these aren't the floating islands. This is a lot better. I love how they all respond to me. They make these sounds they usually make. Oh, jeez. You know, this is a different. This moment is just a pure definition of fun. And it is so remarkably beautiful. And they so lovingly circle around, spin around. And I'm still in full control. I decide where to go. I mean, basically the path is quite obvious, but... Hello. Thank you for the lift. Oh my god, this is so beautiful. And the music. Oh god, the music here is just so beautiful. Wow. Wow, they lift me up. Oh, it's going all the way up, I think. Thank you. And now, path of light to reach the summit.
By the way, this summit resembles the summit from
The Silver Crown Mountains from Underworld, don't they? Not Underworld, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, obviously. Listening to this soundtrack outside of the game sometimes tears me up. I'm really in tears. Oh, I lost my scarf. I suppose I won't need it anymore. I mean, I'm on the top, right? Oh, you're doing the TR3 conversion. That's neat.
cleaned up, like from texture conflicts or something.
By the way, these symbols that are floating around me, when you play different sessions, you probably might get one of these symbols. Like all the symbols that can be be seen in the game can also be playable ones. So when you press a button to make a sound, you get the icon from one of these symbols. I recognize a few of them from my previous playthroughs. They're very distinct. And there you go. Oh, Spitfire. God. Jesus. By the way, this song is actually sung in in many languages. And the light you're following is actually the character I just played, if I understand correctly. Of course, pistols only and no saves. And what is funny is at the end of the game, you will get the name of the people you run into online. It was just 2 players this time, but sometimes in each level you're with a different player. If you don't like cross the threshold between the levels together, you will be paired up with someone else. But you just find out who they were at the very end. Right now at this point, you will not know who they are during the playthrough. So the only way you can communicate is through the sounds and your behavior. And that was an absolutely purely deliberate movement, because you're still online, but you can't use voice chat, you can't type to them. Funny thing, this is a starting screen. So basically I could just start over, explore the world, find the other upgrades. When I find all the upgrades, I will have a costume that looks like the 6 hooded figures at the end, the white ones. And you will have the unlimited flight ability, and you will be able to play through the game over and over with this. Every playthrough is a little bit different because if you meet other people, your interaction determines what's going on, how you interpret the events. So my first playthrough was totally alone, almost like today. But my second playthrough was actually when I met someone online in the game at the same time, almost at the very start. And it allowed me to, like, we started caring for each other because we knew very little about the game still, and you still get a grasp of understanding when you play for the first time. And what is absolutely amazing is that when I said before, I was attacked by one of those creatures and I was thrown into the sand, not knowing whether I'm dead or not, because the game does not communicate anything. These are like the only signs, like letters you see during the playthrough. And when he, instead of running away, he decided to like, oh, why is the cloth interpolation disabled? That's bad. Yeah, of course apply. Oh, I'm rude. I need to replay again. I don't know what's the cloth interpolation. Maybe another time, because I will need to take my pop out soon. But I was saying, he could have run away. He could have just not give a shit. He could have hide. He stayed with me. He tried to like bring me up, like kept making the sounds to revive me, and then I was able to stand up. I was so fucking moved by that, because we knew nothing about each other except that we give each other the ability to fly. So technically, when we are making the sound that resembles singing a little bit, like a mixture of singing and a violin sound, we actually empower each other. And to me, it's like a perfect allegory for our human interaction. If we empower each other, we make each other go forward. Because when you're in that snow section, when you're struggling to move, when you give each other the sound and you one another, you're close to one another in the vicinity of the sound bubble, you will give each other enough energy to walk faster. So you empower one another, but you've got to do that mutually to each other, or one of you stays behind. So this is like a beautiful allegory to like coexistence with other people, with other beings, because that is actually a theme for all the living things you run into in this environment. All of those stingray creatures, all those like almost like whale sharks creatures that you can ride on, they give you that power to actually fly when you interact with them. And they can't, and that actually shows that you can live in symbiosis in this. There's also the hidden story behind the ancient race that built all those ruins. That they kind of exploited those creatures, creating machinery, creating the buildings. Because they didn't interact with those creatures, that system collapsed. Because they were abusing them, and those creatures survived. Some of them still trapped in those contraptions where you can free them from, and in order to pass through you need to free them. So you need to like
create some sort of new symbiosis with them, because you help them and they help you in return. So it's a multi-layered story, even though it uses no words, uses absolutely no explanations. Everything is for you to interpret. And the more you find in the world, the more you understand it, and the more you can appreciate it. It's an amazing concept. For me, this game is like a masterpiece. It's like a artwork, really. It's just like living through a story told in a way that nothing else can be told. Because if you watched it as a film, instead of interacting with the world, it wouldn't have given the same impact. And because you can interact with this world, with the other players, in this very individual and this very unique way, it gives you the understanding of what they wanted to say without actually bluntly hitting you in the face with all what you need to know. Some people just play through it, they say it's beautiful and that's it, and they don't take anything from it because they don't explore it. But when you explore it, you give it time, you really get to cherish and appreciate what they wanted to tell. So this is one of the most incredible experiences you can have in video games, when the game actually speaks through pictures, through what you see, through the environment, rather than just bluntly telling you a story through all the same schemes that you see in films and shows, in all the visual media that we're being bombarded with. And this still is a commercial product, but it's a very unique product as well. The other game that is very much like it, the other two games that are very much like it, are Gris and Abzu. Abzu is very similar to Journey, because it's like Journey told through a completely different environment, because it's through the underwater ocean environment, but it's not actually on Earth. It feels like a planet of oceans or something like it. There are inspirations from human civilizations, like the Babylonian civilization included. There are others, but it also has an allegory for other things. Definitely not the Journey-like. But the structure of the game is very similar, because it's just basically underwater journey, and that's it. I will be willing to actually play Abzu perhaps tomorrow before I jump into Uncharted 4. I do have Abzu on PlayStation, so I can play it there before I do Uncharted 4. The game is similarly short to Journey, but it also has multi-layered meaning. So tomorrow I think I will launch sometime around noon, if my life allows it. Good news out of all the shit that's been happening around the capture card is that the people who sold it to me, they agreed that I can return it, and they will give me back the money. So, because I took it to a technician, to an IT guy, professional, and he had it tested for past 1.5 weeks, over and over, in multiple ways, multiple configurations, different cables, different switches, different devices connected to it. Nothing worked. It turns out that this shitty capture card was probably damaged, and they didn't actually know about it, and they sold it believing that it was an after display workable unit, but it wasn't. And the IT guy made 100% sure it's basically not transferring the data to the computer, because likely it's something inside of it. He didn't want to open it because then I would be unable to return it, obviously. But we made sure that it's not in workable condition. So there you go. I don't have a capture card. I will have my money back. I will get a full refund. So that's a good thing. They also promised they will refund the money I will have to pay for sending it back to them. So that's a good thing. Luckily, I sold it through our local it's like Amazon, but it's older and it started as an auction service. Now it's more like an internet huge supermarket. I'm not sure how will I proceed, to be honest, because I will have to be very cautious and careful about what I buy, how I buy it, where do I buy it from. So I will be very cautious if I decide to buy off a next capture card. Honestly, I will probably try to look for something, but yeah, I'm going to be very cautious. I will keep you updated. For the time being, at least my laptop is in functional condition. Buyer beware. Yeah, kinda. By the way, let's switch the stream because there's no point in lingering in the game menu if I'm not intending to play the game. The game to play, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, quit to desktop, and I might have some music to put on before I decide to go away. I mean, I'm not like in a hurry or anything like it. It's just like but yeah, basically oh Jesus, that was loud. I hope it's not too loud. Right, it makes a distinction. Okay. Well, either way, yeah, Legend music, because I fucking love Tomb Raider Legend music. Troels Folman really did an amazing job with the soundtrack, and that has to be it has to be emphasized. So yeah, there you go. Cat Jam. Well, I do love this theme. It's really peaceful. It feels appropriate for Tomb Raider, but just in general. Yeah, and it's funny because all of this music wasn't actually it did not involve any instruments, and yet it just works. It's still very properly emotional, and it just feels right. It just feels nice. I've got to say, I do have, I think, the deluxe version of the soundtrack, and I think it's just like really good to listen to outside of the game. It does not require the game, which is not a common thing, to be honest. They sometimes make the music that works well in the game, but like the 2013 Tomb Raider soundtrack, it worked well in the game, but listening to it outside of the game is not really pleasant. I think Trolls was quite underappreciated for the time when these games were released. He did an awesome thing for Tomb Raider Anniversary 2, because he reimagined themes for the game. Rip the game. Did you really? Yeah, I mean, but all the soundtracks were on TombRaiderChronicles.com, if I remember correctly. By the way, not all of you probably have seen it. There's one thing I would like to show you, because I managed to actually get it into my game. I'm gonna show it to you now. Obviously, I'm not gonna play the full game, but. So,
I think I'll slip into something else.
We will slip into something else. Hello.
You saw this, didn't you, guys?
I think I'll slip into something else.
No, we will not be slipping into something else. This stays on. I mean, this is just perfection. This is the model that they should upload into the game. The fact that they didn't do it is just ridiculous. Yeah, the only thing is that because Lara's torso kind of stretches when she kneels, the arms get kind of glitchy when she's kneeled, but hey, it's still Tomb Raider 1 Lara. Modded and put into the game in just perfect shape, perfect condition, with the Toblerone boobs and everything. And you know the way she actually moves, it's really appropriate. It really looks good. Haven't found the guns yet. Mother. I also do have reshade on it, so it might look a little bit different visually. Yeah, I need to. I mean, the AOD is not yet in a workable condition. Raccoon never actually released it as a download, if I believe correctly. So we are yet to receive it, but I can't wait for it because AOD model, even on the prototypes, it looks really, really good. Just hands down, it's one of the best things you could see in Anniversary. And you know, surprisingly, he could even make the facial animations and eye movement into the game. How dope is that? You don't get that normally. You didn't get that in AOD, to be for fuck's sake, to be honest.
Where this goes.
And that's not a good thing. I don't know why, but the textures on the floors really look good, even though I don't remember them looking this good. Yeah, they've got the assets, they just need to make them happen, basically. Question is, will they want to? Hey, but seeing this Lara model doing all the acrobatics, Jesus, it's so good. Isn't this just perfect? Oh, wrong jump. Yeah, they just need to fix these assets to get the. Oh, I did it again. Jeez, I'm stupid. Fake fan. Hands down. Don't know how to play, but I haven't played Anniversary in, I think it's years. No, I'm lying. I did play it on my Xbox like last year, I believe. Or maybe it was this year. I have very short-term memory. I have very short-term memory. I don't remember what I played like 2 months ago. Oh well. Probably my Twitch remembers it better. Oh, I did. It's just like I haven't played them in a while because I don't have the grapple. Can't use it. Even the handstand looks good. Yeah, I think it's a huge oversight to have a trilogy from Tomb Raider Legend, Anniversary Underworld not playable on PlayStation. They are playable on Xbox with the higher fidelity graphics than on PC, which is totally ridiculous. But there you go. Am I the only person who's bothered that her shadows are actually for her basic model, not the actual physical model I'm playing right now? She has fingers on the shadows, for fuck's sake. I know this was a cheat shadow effect to begin with, they always used it in Soul Reaver and other games.
It's just a simplified projection. It's not actually a shadow per se. It's just a projection of a reflection of a casted shade. So it's not the actual reflection of the physical model, but it's so cheap. I mean, it wasn't difficult to make it an actual shadow.
With the Silk Road bringing thousands of travellers into the region annually, Delhi was soon overrun by merchants selling goods of every possible description.
Although I think her face is a bit upward. I don't think she was that straightened up. Yeah, but then again, I'm playing Tomb Raider 1 in anniversary, right? It's always a win. I wish we could play the entire game with this costume, but that doesn't work.
It's a pity.
Got the pistols! Yay!
Now all I need is something to shoot.
I really like the dodging system from Anniversary. It was better than in Legend, and it still worked really nicely.
But I can sit and talk. I just wanted to show it off. I'm not going to play the entire game or the level itself. So without further ado, I would like to thank you all guys for being here and cheering for me and just having fun with one of my favorite games. I have so many favorite games. I can't say I have one favorite game because it would be a lie. I don't. I have many favorite games. I love many games I play. Now, since I am about to finish, oh my god! Steve of War is playing Hitman 2. Guess where we're headed? I mean, you have 0 guesses. Guess where we're going? Obviously. We're heading to Steve. By the way, I would like to return to Hitman on stream, but, you know, I've got so many games right now started up, including... what do I have started up? A Lost Artifact on Saturdays, Assassin's Creed 2 in whatever... on whatever I choose. I would like to do some casual playthrough Assassin's Creed Odyssey, like watching naked, almost naked Alexios is a treat. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not sleepy. I might actually play this game tonight because I kind of feel like playing a little bit of Assassin's Creed Odyssey. There you go. It's just. I'm recently torn between so many games. I keep hearing good things about Ghost of Tsushima. And I just need to probably look into this. Come on, Spitfire. Not that busy. No, as a matter of fact. No, I'm gonna stream that late at night. It's like 11 PM. Almost. I don't know. I'm not excluding anything. I might not give a warning. Who knows? I'll be still playing it because I feel like it and I'm not sleepy. That's okay. I mean, and there's been lots of people that have recommended it to me, so I don't judge and I don't have a problem with that. Anyway, thanks guys for tuning in. I have to take my dog for a walkie because he's hot and he just needs to pee, and there's a lot of stuff that he needs to do. Before we go to sleep, including toothbrushing and all the kind of things that proper dogs need to do to be healthy. Thanks guys.
I am setting up a raid for a Steve of War. Because for fuck's sake, we are standing Hitman 2. And I will see you tomorrow around noon of my time. That's minus 9 hours for the Americans, roughly. I don't know what time is it. It's very early in the morning, probably, but yeah. I will definitely see you around tomorrow with maybe some Abzu and definitely Uncharted 4. We are getting close to the island we were looking for, so we're going to have some real good action tomorrow. Thanks, guys. I really appreciate you willing to spend your time with me. It really means the world to me, and it's uplifting to have you here coming back and back. I really hope that this community holds up, and even if it's small, if just a few of us, I really prefer that over like 500 viewers at the same time. It was too stressful to have people on the community stream, although I would love to do it again, but on the long shot, in the long term, nah, thanks. I prefer a small community over like 50 people who are chatting all the time. It's so confusing, it's so stressful. But I still like to stream for you guys and spend the time with you. So without further ado, tuning to ending screen and handing you over to incomparable, just Eve of War. Thanks, guys.